Before we discuss the whole Kamil versus Michael back and forth on Instagram about the mistakes that the referees made in their match and their potential third match, which many of us may not want to see, let's discuss what Michael said immediately after his 3-0 loss against Kamil Jablonski. And let's also discuss why it's over for Michael Todd. Michael said that he was training for Levan Saginashvili. He was preparing to take Levan's wrist. So all of the pronation work which he did, it didn't matter against Kamil's flop press. My question is, Michael has been arm wrestling for 35 years now. That is a mistake that even the beginners won't make. So how can Michael do that? There's a reason why everyone says never look past your next opponent. Never look past your next challenge. Michael said that if he was 10% stronger than what he was against Kamil in the right areas, then he would have probably taken Levan's wrist. But that didn't matter because in this match, he had everything he wanted, everything he could have asked for. Yet, there was no path to transition into a press. I would say that Levan also has a press. Maybe not as good as Kamil Jablonski, but he would already be pretty close to the pin pad against Michael if he needs a press at all. Now Michael agrees that all paths that were leading him to Levan Saginashvili have been completely shut down. There's nothing left. Maybe if Michael wins a lottery or something, then he can offer crazy amounts of money to Levan to arm wrestle him in his backyard. But other than that, he can only have a practice pull with Levan and nothing more than that. So the dream of becoming the #1 guy in the world is officially over. I would say it was already over for Michael as soon as he lost to Hermes Gasparini 3-0. But everyone was giving Michael chances because we wanted to see the Levan Saginashvili match. It was like carrying a dead body around hoping that it would revive. It never did. Michael has said that he doesn't care about being the #6 arm wrestler in the world. So he will definitely cut down to 115 kilos. And anything over 260 pounds gives him some troubles anyways. He has to be on blood pressure medication whenever he's over that weight. So being 115 kilos is going to be much more healthier for him. And he's not that big of a guy. I know Michael doesn't like it when people say that about him, but he himself said that if we don't count the weight of the massive breakfast that he had that day or the clothes that he was wearing, he was barely 275 pounds against Kamil Jablonski. That is not a true super heavyweight in today's terms. So from 275, he only has a little over 20 pounds to cut for the 115 kg division. And that's where I think he belongs. That's where I think he can take Dave Chaffee's title or even Ivan Matushenko's title if Ivan beats Dave at the next East vs West event. Michael himself thinks that he can be as strong in the 115 kg division as he was when he faced Kamil Jablonski. If that is true, then what Michael was saying about nobody having the abilities of Kamil Jablonski in the 115 kg division, that makes sense. And I would say that nobody has the abilities of Hermes Gasparini or Vitaly Laletin too. All of the guys that beat Michael 3-0. But that is only if Michael is truly very close to the strength level that he was in these 3 matches. And why the dream is officially over? Because forget about winning the matches. Forget about winning a single round against these 3 guys. Michael barely was on his winning side more than 1 or 2 seconds in all of those matches. He was always on the losing side. So he was nowhere near winning any of these matches. Not even a single round. Maybe on fouls, but definitely not by pinning his opponents. So all of the things that we have just discussed were said by Michael, were Michael's opinions after his loss to Kamil. A day after his loss to Kamil. But maybe he has changed his mind right now. Look at these posts from Michael on his Instagram page. Calling out Kamil Jablonski for a center line, shoulder crossing the center line foul in a couple of photos and then saying, let's run it back. Kamil asked Michael to say the same thing about Devon Laird too because he did the same fouls. Michael was like, I don't know what this has to do with me. Eventually, after some back and forth, they agreed to have a rematch but on some conditions. One condition I should say. The winner of the match gets the whole prize money. Now that is a win-win for Kamil. He has already defeated Michael. He knows how to do it. And I'm quite sure Michael must be getting at least twice as much money as Kamil Jablonski. So Michael has agreed to it. That makes a lot of financial sense too for Kamil Jablonski. Take a look at Michael's response.
Well, this message is for Kamil Jablonski. I don't know if you've been paying attention to my last post. A little bit of shoulder across the center foul. But Kamil and I have been going back and forth with some story posts. His last one was, how about we run this back? I said, let's run it back. He said, when? I said, June 13th, Arkansas. He's like, okay, you win, you get my purse. I win, I get your purse. So what we're going to do is accept those terms, Camille. Let's do it, baby. Little Rock, Arkansas. You got 3, I got 3. Let's find out who's the best.
Dallas Langston said, what changes do you expect to make that you didn't do a week ago? Michael is like, I only applied back pressure on the go. I never went sideways. Why didn't you realize it by round 3, Michael? Come on, man. This is getting ridiculous. Until now, East versus West has not shared these posts, these stories, and they have not officially responded to this thing. So maybe the match is going to happen in June in Michael Todd's hometown at East versus West, or maybe not. I would not want to see this rematch, but I've been wrong before too. Even about this match, I was wrong. I thought there is no reason why we are getting a Camille versus Michael rematch. Michael already defeated him, but Camille proved us wrong. He completely changed the result. So we did need to see this match. Maybe we need to see another rematch between these two. But it doesn't really work like that. Just because the score is 1-1, both have won 3 rounds each in the matches that they won, doesn't mean we need to see a rematch. Devon and Gennady are also 1-1. Do we want to see those rematches? Vitaly and Dave are also 1-1. Would we like to see those rematches? I don't think so. Do you think Michael can pull off the upset this time? Would you like to see that rematch? If you want to purchase East vs West 23 pay-per-view, use the link in the description. Or if you just want to purchase anything from the East vs West store, use the link, you'll get 5% off. Thanks for watching.